You got all the best AI news at Google Pixel, and we get another really cool one coming up from you in a sec. I'm here all day to talk about AI agents. So this one has self-healing abilities that can be a general AI agent to automate your tasks and automate your to-do lists, everything like that. And it has a big breakthrough that I want to show you that many of the other AI agents on the market today actually can't do. So I want to show you this here called Multion. So this is announcing our latest research breakthrough, Agent Q. I wonder why they called it Agent Q when you got all the OpenAI Q Star Strawberry news coming out.
I was gonna say that sounds
piggyback.
a bit too familiar, right? Q.
Exactly. Yeah, they're just piggybacking off of the Q. But hey, it looks a lot better. They say bringing next generation AI agents with planning and AI self-healing capabilities. So this is actually really cool that I'll show you with a 340% improvement over Llama 3's baseline zero-shot performance. So I think we're going to start with actually showing the video of how it works to give you an idea of how it actually looks like, how it performs, and stuff like that. So they show off basically first that, and this has been my experience as well, that AI agents, they're only really good at one particular thing that you train it on, which means that doing many different things over many different situations is really hard. And
yeah, I mean, all those error messages, like everyone is seeing those. Especially if you try to demo something during the Google conference, then you'll 100% see those.
That's the main thing. There we go. That's exactly what we want. Run autonomously. So here we have a quite similar to the one that we saw at Google. Book a reservation at Fogo de Chao SF this Wednesday at 10 p.m. for 2 people. This would require, I don't know if they show this, but a calendar. There you go. So you may have seen that or you may not have seen that, but what actually happened is they're checking for the table availability, and then they say no open table for 10 p.m. and it actually finds the wrong location or wrong website or something like that, and then it actually finds the correct website, and then it actually was able to reserve the confirmation. Something that a previous AI agent would just have a big problem with. Nah, I can't do that.
Yeah, so that's where the healing part comes in. It like sees the issue and then fixes itself. That's pretty cool.
Yep. There you go again. It also says it's out of working hours, so it actually schedule it for another time. Big improvement. I'll show you later on the research studies what this actually came from. There we go. Another AI agent just dropped this week.
And another one you have to join the waitlist to get, from what I can see.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I love these waitlists.
I must be on like 50,000 right now. So.
Yeah. And does it ever come? Just wait. Just wait, man.
Maybe one day in next year.
Yeah. So here's the kind of the paper that they introduced, and here is one of the things that I noted down, which is basically that they face significant challenges in interactive environments. So this is one, I've tested AI agents, and this is something that is really hard to do for it because websites change. Websites are smaller or bigger depending on the window size. And when they have these changes, obviously if the mouse clicks on this side of the screen, it just doesn't click anything. And so they are, especially in tasks that require multi-step reasoning like web navigation. So the problem is current training methodologies relying on static language data sets fall short in equipping these models for dynamic real-world interactions.
Makes sense.
So how they basically do this, and the key components of Agent Q is that it's guided search with MCTs. This technique autonomously generates data by exploring different actions and web pages, balancing exploration and exploitation. MCTs expand on action space using high sampling temperatures and diverse prompting, ensure diverse and optimal trajectory collections. Hey, ChatGPT, explain this to me like I'm 5.
It's literally gonna say that. Like, what does it actually mean?
Why you gotta say optimal trajectory collections? And the second part is self-critique. So this is one of the things that we're always looking for, literally with LLMs as well. They found that to optimize LLM outputs, you can literally say self-critique yourself. And this is not the coolest AI agent. The next one is probably the most significant one that I'll show you, where they actually have an agent that writes a paper and an agent that reviews the paper. So they can continuously go up together. And this is kind of the same thing, AI self-critique.
And then it's going to optimize itself.
Exactly. And that's really the next step of AI, is really just having 2 agents, one that is a failure or a failure checker, and one that is like making stuff. And I think that's used in most LLMs now to check for example, image generation has this built into it in some sense. And the last thing is direct preference optimization. So it fine tunes the model by constructing preference pairs from the MCTs generated data. This off-policy training method allows the model to learn effectively from aggregate data sets, including the suboptimal branches, explored during search, improving success rates in complex environments. So it gets a preference. It's like, this is the easiest way to go through the space. And it does it. So here is where they found the actual improved zero-shot performance on the Llama 3 model. So we're a big fan of the Llama 3 model. It actually works really well. I wonder if they used the 3.1, because obviously that's a lot better.
It's just free. So
it improved from 18% success rate to 81%, which is a 340% jump. I love when they compare percentage increases, kind of like we saw the Gemini 1.5 was like 20 more, but it's like 120 or 1,100, and then the next model is 1,120.
Yeah, it was when the scale started at 1,200 or something like that. And it's just like, just look at how much better we are against like our competitors. And it's like small like difference when you look at the whole scale. So it's almost same here.
And then they say, it's a 340%. But I mean, 18% to 81% is a pretty big jump. And it's just one day of autonomous data collection and further to 95.4 with online search. These results highlight our method's efficiency and ability for autonomous web agent improvement. So yeah, they have set a new milestone for autonomous agents. And I actually wanted to ask you more, because we haven't really talked much about agents itself, but have you tested some agents yourself? Or if you would have an agent, what would you actually use it on?
To be fair, I haven't. I should have probably prepared for this question, but I haven't. I haven't actually tested many AI agents in the past. But if I had to have one, what would I do with it? That's a good question. Probably something similar. Just like it was shown during the demo, like when you had to book a table at the restaurants. Instead of me just going to Google and finding one that's available and just like looking at my calendar, making sure the other person's available as well, if I could just prompt it or just talk to it and ask it to do it for me, that's what I would use it for.
Yeah, it would be really nice to have it all connected, kind of like with the Google News that we just saw. It's like it has access to all this information and it can actually do the things on your behalf. Like for me, for example, I would love for all the apps in my phone to be a lot easier to use and just talk to it. Like play this song on Spotify or whatever, or
Mm.
get me an Uber, or call this place and order a pizza for me. These type of things would be really cool to have an AI agent to do.
Yeah, and you might be thinking, oh, but it will take me like 30 seconds or like a minute to just go on Uber Eats and order pizza. But then those like little small things they add up. And if you actually look at from like a week point of view or on a month, like you actually save quite a lot of time on those small
Yeah.
tasks.
Yeah, and on a business sense as well, one thing that I asked Grok about today was, can you give me the AI news today? And you saw that it actually was kind of lazy with it a little bit. But this is something that I would really love to do, like where I would ask it, can you show me the latest AI news this week? And can you find me related Twitter posts that has over 100 likes on them? And that way, it would just literally go out there, do that work, and come back with a really cool file that I can look at in our research process. Hey, that would save me a
Mm.
lot of time.
Yeah, 100%. Like if I could do that like right now, it would save me probably hours during a week.
Yeah. Yeah. So another AI agent, this one not as impressive as the one that I'll show you later that might be able to um, end the world on its own. But before that, let's hop over to your next topic.